88.5.
Thanks, 88.5 FM.
Got the flavor. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policy. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we go become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is one way that our country is saved, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on the coercion of solitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what side you want to be on. We just got to stick to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come in.
You cannot be for democracy when it favors you. You have to be for democracy, period. If 49 of my colleagues come today in the chambers and say, Mr. Speaker, for these reasons, we don't want you, I will step down the very same day. We will not even go to court or go say anything. What is important in any democracy is the constitution and the rules that we go by. We set the rules of the game before we start to play. We don't make it up as we go along. You don't say before the game 49 is required, then in the middle of the game where we can only reach to 42, so 42 is good enough. There's a reason why it's 37 to elect a speaker or 49 to remove him. Because the constitution and the framework recognize that an attack on this branch of government is destabilizing. The only people who will tell you everything is fine in Liberia now are those people who got their head buried in the sand, are those who want to pretend like all is well. But the entire world has now focused on this issue and this problem, and the house is destabilized. You know, there is somebody running around calling himself speaker and looking for recognition. That is not giving. You can't be that dense in your head and that uncaring to say, look, it's well, we have it under control, and the legislature is not functioning. There are those who say, oh, why don't you resign for the sake of the country? No, why don't we go by the rules of the constitution in the house for the sake of the country? Why is it the removal of the speaker is the most important thing on your agenda? Why is it not the education of children? Why is it not the health of our people?
And now we have one of the organizers and an activist joining us on the line. This is Mr. Mo Ali, who comes to us from the capital, Monrovia, in Liberia. A very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the program. Now, why have you organized this march against President Weah?
Morning. As to your first question, we have organized the march, not particularly against President Weah, but against the style of governance. There is exclusion of people who express their feelings, people who criticize government. There is corruption all over government. It is evidenced by the mismanagement of 25 million. He has refused to prosecute those involved. There's still the issue of 16 billion lingering. There is this issue of interfering with the judiciary. There is this issue of consistent interference with the functions of the legislature. There are lots of things. We have violations of our constitutions.
And now we have one of the organizers and an activist joining us on the line. This is Mr. Mo Ali, who comes to us from the capital, Monrovia, in Liberia. A very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the program. Now, why have you organized this march against President Weah?
Morning. As to your first question, we have organized the march, not particularly against President Weah, but against the style of governance. There is exclusion of people who express their feelings, people who criticize government. There is corruption all over government. It is evidenced by the mismanagement of 25 million. He has refused to prosecute those involved. There's still the issue of 16 billion lingering. There is this issue of interfering with the judiciary.
And now we have one of the organizers and an activist joining us on the line. This is Mr. Mo Ali, who comes to us from the capital, Monrovia, in Liberia. A very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the program. Now, why have you organized this march against President Weah?
Morning. As to your first question, we have organized the march, not particularly against President Weah, but against the style of governance. There is exclusion of people who express their feelings, people who criticize government. There is corruption all over government. It is evidenced by the mismanagement of 25 million. He has refused to prosecute those involved. There's still the issue of 16 billion lingering. There is this issue of interfering with the judiciary. There is this issue of consistent interference with the functions of the legislature. There are lots of things. We have violations of our constitutions and laws. And so we are organizing this protest to tell Mr. Weah that these things are wrong, and also to tell the country how he intends to resuscitate the economy.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is one way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on coercion or solitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, but no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policy. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Can't help how grateful I am to God Almighty allowing me to see another day. Not only another day, but another day to face the reality. Another day to face up to the threats. Another day to face up to the many syndicates, the bad muffin, the threats. Another day to speak truth to power. Another day to expose the lies, deception, cunning of people, the government with its Nebuchadnezzar as head. Another day God has given to say it boldly and bluntly, irrespective of how they feel, what they think. Democracy provides for that. As long as we are not infringing deliberately on the rights of another person. So let me say thank you so very kindly that you joined us this afternoon for the show Weah Talk on Kings 88.5 with me in St. Andrews on the second day of April 2025 in the reign of Nebuchadnezzar. We've got the issues. We've got the issues to talk about. At the same time, we've got some dollars to give you. 10,000. I said 10,000. We are giving out today. Start playing now. If you know what is coming up in Liberia, well, you will start playing the King's Cash giveaway. If you know what is about to unfold, you will start playing the King's Cash giveaway to get money. Hit the jackpot by dialing star 799 star 100 hatch and put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. This is the only advice I can give to you. Start now and play wherever you are, whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter. What matter is to get you out of that situation you're in with 10,000 Liberian dollars. Start playing now. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Great. We thank God Almighty for life. Yes. We navigate through the terrain of death, threat, evil, plan, every other thing, but God covers us daily. Every day God is with us. Why the plan? Why they know that they are wrong, and when we expose the wrong, they will try to create a sin, but they cannot create any sin other than the unique freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly. No political prisoner, no journalist in jail inherited from their predecessor. They are under obligation to maintain that, even though we continue to witness mysterious disappearances of people, broad day kidnapping with her of torture. The atmosphere is just sour in Liberia. Intimidation covers the atmosphere, but God in heaven is with us. As It is said in Psalm 21:11, no evil plan, no evil plan, no mischievous thought, no mischievous action will ever work against the innocent soul, whose only responsibility is to speak truth to power, to make society better. And we've got that ultimate responsibility to do that for our beloved country called Liberia and not the Boaka dynasty. Another day again, people. Thank you for coming on. All of you, wherever you are, following by radio, the television, we'd like to thank you all. Otis Barclay, you are on. Renin Bo from District 11, Batnusville Estate. My dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, good to see you on. Hope that you are faring well. Philip Nangbe, you are on from Dallas, Texas, the United States of America. William Massaquet, you are on from Pennsylvania, the USA. Jay Tugbe from New Georgia, Sambo community, you said. Kweliwin Allison from Cape Town, that's Grand Cape Town County. Asata M. Miller from Red Light, you are on. Good to be on the show, you said. Yes, good to have you on. Paris Lobot, you are on from New Jersey. Isaac M. Duo from 10th Street. Solowat Corsia, New Georgia, your comfort zone as usual. Bishop, Kwaye Alvin from Arab 2 Community. Sophie Blamo, Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Musa A. Sharif from Sophie Community, Congo Town. Otto from Freeport of Morovia, Harris City. Yes, from Caldwell, New Georgia, your residence. Thank you so much. FC Barcelona is on today. Thank you so much for the pre-victory treat. We were massacred one day. Our men in Real Madrid, they say they happened and they qualified for final. But all the Madrid fans, they had beaten. They wanted to go out yesterday, but there was no way. God said, y'all will stay in a game. Y'all will beat Real Sociedad. So y'all will face Barca. SCB, I was smashed the one entry there. Y'all will. Clarence Dwyer, you are on. From where? Morovia, You're legitimate Hudson ground. Aloysius Gapu, you are on from where? Iron Patrick, Block C. Yeah, Block C. You are on, my dear Southeastern sister also, Gladys Allison. You are good from your end, and you are asking, no, I'm not too good from my end, Gladys Allison, but what to do? As long as there is this life and God is overing us, we move. But to tell you that I'm 100% okay, no, that would be deceiving. But God in heaven is overing. Jackson C. Pony Jr., you are on from Block 13. Thank you so much for coming on alongside the chairman of the Intellectual Center, Block 13 Intellectual Center, Romancio Latupam, or Kenny Ball, or Rico, as he is widely called, the ever-potent chairman, and the ever-potent, perpetual chairman, everlasting chairman. Nobody can tell in their position. They're chairman for life. Yeah, they put Bagade will be chairman, president for life, but it's not possible. Only Rico or Kenny Ball is chairman for life. Emilia S. Delani, you are on. Okay. If we go on with all of the long protocol, then we have no time for what we've got. Okay. So we acknowledge as you come on. Thank you so much, all of you. Continue. I know that you have started playing. Let's do it. I know the reason for which I'm telling you today. Play as many times as you can. We ahead of us are not only difficult times, but one that in this country will be unprecedented. Do not listen to what they are telling you. They try to mislead you. Our responsibility is to tell you the truth because we are aware. You need money. Start playing. Have some dollars in your pocket. And then you can save. If you got 10,000 today, you can save 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000. Tomorrow, It's another 10,000, and then you can save 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000, whatever you will decide. But you will have money. In the absence of money, I can tell you how it is just impossible. And you know that more than I know. So just dial *79 and *25. That's 100 hatch. Dial *7 7 *100 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Before we get started, this reminder.
I'm feeling the vibes with regionalhits.com.
In their continuous effort to mobilize and recalibrate for a great comeback, the National Due Payment Committee of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, invites all partisans, supporters, and sympathizers to the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th at the CDC National Headquarters in Congo Town. It's time to show your loyalty and support for your dear CDC. By paying your dues, you will empower the CDC financially as she prepares to make a great comeback to national leadership in 2029. The launch will be led by First Partisan Dr. George Weah, Party Chairman John Kako, Party Secretary General Jefferson Tambakoji, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Councilor J. Fonati Kofa, Senior Senator of Margibi County, and Chairman of the CDC National Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel Falo McGill, the one and only rescue mother, Nora Pinda Bundu, the Executive Committee members, and all party stars of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC. Mama, the CDC due payment launch will climax with live performances by famous entertainers like Hipko King Takun J, Christoph the Change, and Afro-pop singer Dench. Also see live comedians Paul Flomo, Arthur, and Ojuku. Also see student leader, the famous Angel Michael, and many, many more. It's the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th, starting at 10 a.m. at the national headquarters of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change in Congo Town. Be there.
Have you seen our beauty hospitals? Have you seen our beauty schools? Have you seen our beauty roads?
That is next week, Saturday. You want to move in and get your due book. If you are partisan of the Congress for Democratic Change, if you are in but sympathizer is the same, you want to contribute your dime or 10 or whatever, as it will be required of you by the categories of the due book, so that the party sustains itself going into 2029. It faces a Herculean tax, a difficult tax. The ruling party always have the advantage going into any election because they sit over the coffers of the country. They can use any amount as their plan. So the ruling establishment is always in the advantageous position. Unity Party they sit over the coffer, and they're going to do some awful things in the build up to the election. So if you are a sedition and you can help your party, and you think that you're going to come back to power by just turning setback into comeback and doing nothing about it, that is what the Englishmen call illusion. You must. So I can only encourage you people to move forward on the 12th, which will be next week, Saturday, and obtain your due book. Let's get started. It's 10,000 we're giving. Play as many times as you can. Get your 10,000 in your pocket, not only the weekend coming, but what lies ahead of us. I will talk about that at the close of the day, or that means the close of the show. But you want to go ahead of me and start playing and play as many times as you can, dial star 79 and star 100 hash, play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you got your 10,000 into your account. You're already aware of where we are, the state the country in, and nobody needs to tell you what you need to do. You know. Let's get started now. The Minister of Information did the needful. I must commend the Minister of Information, Jeremy Pia. I think since he took over yesterday was the day he told truth. Yesterday was the day he became honest. Since he was appointed and confirmed as the Minister of Information, it was when he showed leadership. Princess LPDX, yes, many of you will ask this question, but because, yes, you live out of Morovia, I beg you, the only thing I can say is this evening, I don't know your time zone wherever, but you say you're out of Morovia, so it means that you're in Liberia. Please, wherever you are, night at 8 o'clock, AB will be on. And then you can ask. I don't have the information. I can only remind by playing the information. But AB has all of the information. He knows what it is. I can give you anything that will be contrary to what the people have planned or planning. But I can recommend that you ask AB that question. What I can do for you is, by God's grace, this evening, when he comes, I will remind him. And because his plate is always loaded. And once you sit down, you get too many things dealing with. So sometimes you can just get out what you might plan to get out. You might say, okay, I will talk about the due launch. And then when you finish putting all of your bits and pieces together, you're talking, and sometimes other things jump in, you forget. So it's always when the person is reminded, say, okay, then they can highlight that. So I beg you, I can't say anything like that. Yesterday, a couple of you asked the same question, and you're still asking. Those of you out of the country in the United States and other parts of the world, you've been asking, and says you've raised concern. I'm seeing the question too from your colleagues, but I can't say anything to that because I am not clothed with that responsibility to say anything because I do not know. Even if I knew, the person responsible to explain that will do that. So I beg you, please exercise patience. And if this evening you come on the show and just ask AB, he will give you everything that you need to know. It's public information. It's not in private. It's not in secrecy. You will have everything you need to know about the due launch. What I can tell you as I listen to the promo is next week, Saturday. Next week, Saturday. And if you listen to the promo, Princess, I think it contains or it explains everything except for the category of payment. I think there where the doubt is or is not being said. So maybe will explain everything. I beg you. All of you people who are asking, I'm seeing 4 questions right now. So I will remind him this evening. I will remind myself to remind him. That's because you can have all kinds of things coming your way to you. You say, oh, I will remind you, and you just forget. So I will do everything I can. Yeah. So we'll explain it to you. Good questions, all of you. Thank you for the concerns. The Minister of Information was truthful. He did a good job. It was the only time I have known since he got nominated and confirmed by the Senate to tell the truth. He said that the government will not scapegoat the RIA situation. The government takes full responsibility for that, meaning it was the government's fault. It didn't make sense to attribute it to past leadership that we are left it in this much state or it happened in we as government. No, he said that was not right. The government of the day, Joseph Barker government takes full ownership of it. That's what you do. Blame shifting only shows that you are not a leader. Blame shifting only means you are mentally weak. Blame shifting only tells the rest of the people who elected you or selected you they made mistake. Blame shifting only means that you do not have the requisite ability. So you use other people to buy sentiment because of your negligence, that they will see you as being good, but these people are the ones who are frustrating your effort. You never want to shift blame. Don't shift blame in anything you find yourself doing. Whatever you inherit or whatever the responsibility apportioned to you or given to you, when you have fault, you admit. So the minister did what his president and other people refused to do. The other ministers, they went on Facebook, some of them will argue, this thing happened in Weah time. Weah time, the airport was this. It has been done. That's been done. When you sign up to a responsibility, it doesn't say that everything just going to be rosy. It doesn't say it's going to be walk in the park. It simply means that you have a responsibility, and you know that we are in humanity. So you have technical problem unfolding. You have a number of things, and your ability to understand these things and put a mechanism in place so that you don't experience will show to the rest of the people that you are right. You are in a good position. But to say, oh, the thing happened in Weah time. So what has it got to do with happening in Weah time? Then happening. So if it happened in Weah time, then you need that. You need that say that you rescue. So the Minister of Information said no scapegoating on this. We take full responsibility of that. And I think Pia was right. Pia showed leadership. That is the kind of thing we expect from the Minister of Information. Call a spade a spade. Admit when the government has made a progress. Admit when the government falter along the way. That's leadership. That's what makes you the melting pot between the public and the government. He positioned himself yesterday in the Minister of Information position. The first time I've heard since the ascendancy of the minister admitting to fault. Another thing the minister talked about, and I think he showed leadership, was the procuring or buying of armor, vehicle, or bulletproof for the president. Continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. I am sensing that you're not really playing and you have to do it. I can explain this more than I am saying it. I know where we are and you know more than I know. I'm encouraging you. I told you at the end of the day, I will tell you where we are headed. I'm not going to use the Minister of Finance. We've done with that. We're saying everything for ourselves. We know what is unfolding, what's going to happen, what is being played out of Liberia, the thing that is about to befall this country. The signs are clear. Dial star 79 and star 100 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Play as many times as you can, and then you have your 10,000 in your account. Tomorrow is another 10,000. Day after tomorrow is another 10,000. And who knows? You could have as much money as you can. The minister showed leadership. 400,000 was all over the place. Some of Waka officials, 400,000 for the car, as if they were speaking to people who lost their memory, as if they were speaking to people who aren't literate as they are. Even a little child who knows a bulletproof car can never agree with that amount. But because they were shamed, not for the amount, but that Boubacar would do what he criticized or condemned his predecessor of. So they tried to lower the amount with the understanding that Boubacar bought or the government bought a vehicle that is reasonable or in a reasonable amount. Not until the Minister of Information came out, because we had argued that bulletproof vehicle under no circumstance, nowhere in the world will cost 1,000. It is always in the million. The bulletproof is customized. It is not produced and then you go to the place, I see the one, okay, I want one. No, it's a process, because you know why? It's just not any vehicle. So there are discussions take place, especially at a presidential level. The car will be produced according to how you want it. The factory is asking you some questions, you giving some information to the factory because it's on a presidential level. All of the bulletproofs are not the same. The bulletproof cars are not the same. They are not produced the same way. You cannot tell me the bulletproof that they bought for Boubacar is the same as the American president bulletproof vehicle or the president of France bulletproof. No, they are not the same. The car can be customized based on how you want it. So they will build the car based on your prescription given them, and that will lead to the amount. Just like you go to the tailor and say, I want this suit to be this way, I want it to be that way, and this and that. Then when you finish giving your prescription, the professional tailor will look at it and say, okay, it will cost you this amount. The reason the price will go up because of the design and the texture and how you want it. Bulletproof car is completely different. You don't just go to a place and then you give whatever. You say, how much for the bulletproof car? You say 400. Give me that one. No, that's not how it works. It's not like the other cars. The Minister of Information came to make some of his ministers who are deceiving Boubacar, deceiving Unity Party, the same thing that we saw in the past with previous governments, as if they like the government or they are more Unity Party, they are more government, they are strong in their propaganda. 400,000, 400,000. He shut their mouths when he said that the car, the bulletproof, is 1.2 million United States dollars. 1.2 million United States dollars, the car. I even doubt that amount. I think it is more than 1.2 million. But let's take it for the discussion's sake. 1.2 million. 1.2 million, substantial amount of money. The next thing the minister said, which as far as I know is a blatant lie. The Minister of Information showed leadership, as I said, but the one I'm about to talk, the excuse that he gave or justification is a blatant lie. And I think they instead creating a scene. It may sound favorable in their ears, but I think it's a risk for the president. Because they continue to expose the weakness, the lack of vigilance around the president, lack of protective care. There are certain information you can't just put up like that. And the Minister of Information knows that that thing did not happen. He said that the president vehicle, the convoy, the president car broke down. My people, I beg you, those of you in this country, since Boubacar came to power, Boubacar took the office in January, where and at what time did Boubacar vehicle break down? Yeah, please help me. Maybe it happened, I am not aware. So I can say Yes, I agree with you. The Minister of Information is right. Because he said the president vehicle broke down, his official vehicle. And that is the reason the Executive Protection Service had required the fleet of vehicles. Couple of months ago, the EPS issued a statement saying there were a couple of intrusions into the president's convoy. Intrusion means the president coming and somebody run through. The president is ahead and another car speed past the president vehicle, or the ones that are behind and get in front of the president. All of those things are intrusions. Intrusion simply means you inserting yourself into a place or between people. Couple of months ago, that's what the EPS boss Sam Gates said. He said there were a series of intrusions in the president's motorcade, but they could not show one. Because when you're saying that to the public, you want to be specific. You want to give at least an instance so the people will say, oh, yes. If it was on the highway around Magibi, wherever, the people down there will say, yes, this one happened, we witnessed it. And it's not rare for a president vehicle to break down. It is not. I am not saying that it is impossible, but it is just not rare. That means very seldom. You hardly, because you know why? Everything is there to get the president vehicle intact. Everything, there is nothing. The president car is checked on a daily basis. Everything, fuel, the mechanics response, everything, all of those vehicles. All. To tell the country that the president vehicle broke down, one, it shows one, shame. Shame. Because it has never, we have not seen in this country. We have only known president vehicle, the citizens, for whatever they were agitating, blocked the president vehicle. We saw it with Weah, we saw it with Ellen. But this country has no information whatsoever of the president vehicle, the president motorcade breaking down. You know what you mean when you say president motorcade or president vehicle breakdown? You know what you're saying? Oh God, man. Damn. What kind of information ministering we get in the country? What kind of... Listen, just justify, look, it's necessary because of XYZ. I know everybody's shame in the government because they condemn we are of this. They say all kinds of awful things of we are buying vehicle at this present. So because of that, they didn't get real excuse. Why? So they're coming up with these shenanigans, calling them excuse that the president vehicle broke down, his official vehicle broke down, thereby requiring a new vehicles or fleet of vehicles. Where EPF boss said there were several intrusions into the president convoy. Who has ever intruded? Who can intrude into president's convoy? If you decide to give Bwaka buy him a bulletproof, you are a government. You can just explain the condition and the citizens will understand. There's nothing that you have to be shortcutting and lying and giving all kinds of flimsy stuff and expect that the citizens, as if you're speaking to people with mud head. You gave me one reason, one place. I challenge the Minister of Information. I challenge Sam Gay, who is the director, because a couple of months ago, he said that we have that statement. He said there were a series of intrusions into President Joseph Yuma Bwaka convoy. Who intruded? You know what it means? When you say people intrude, then you can't say anything. You can't show anything. You know what I mean? Who dare do that to ever intrude into a president's convoy? Where did Bwaka convoy break down? A Bwaka convoy broke down, according to the Minister of Information. Then it means that all of the people that ran Bwaka, it means that they're setting Bwaka up. Is that what you should say as Minister of Information? You're not exposing the president? You call yourself literate people? You think that just anything you can say about the president, say, amen. That is not a justification. Forget about that vehicle. We can say, oh, yeah, it's right because of XYZ. We'll understand, we'll accept other things. But don't say because of that. So they decided to buy a fleet of vehicle or a bulletproof car for the president. So who now? Why only gave us an instance? The only thing we know, it was not a vehicle. It was the vulnerability. It was the ineptitude. It was the don't care attitude of the people around him called Unity Party EPS at AME Zion University when they left him vulnerable. And a guy, young guy, went there and pulled the president with his left hand. Thankfully, Mr. President did not fall to the ground. That had nothing to do with vehicle. The Minister of Information lied, blatant lie, because they condemn Weah for using. They say Weah were buying bulletproof, or Weah bought bulletproof, and we are buying the other car, and we are comfort law. Because they did not understand the presidency. They were condemning. Not that they did not understand, they knew the importance, they knew the security nature of the presidency. But they felt that we criticize Weah, we condemn Weah. Now we're doing the same thing. What kind of excuse can we give to the public? Let's figure out something. And when you are diabolical by nature, there's no way you can find lies to convince people. It will be very difficult for you to find lie. And what you will put out, it will be exposing yourself with the lie that you have. So the people telling us that Bwaka is vulnerable, the Minister of Information has told us that Bwaka is vulnerable. Bwaka isn't vulnerable from outside. Bwaka is vulnerable from inside. If he said that the president vehicle broke down, then it means that everybody that taking care of the president vehicle, it means something is happening somewhere. And we can see why. Why this man will say they're putting pressure on the president so that he will give up the ghost. I can see why. Because if you would tell us that the man car broke down, that one of the reasons for buying those fleet of vehicles, come on, man. Then the people are not taking care of Bwaka vehicle good. Then it means that the same Unity Party who men in Bwaka, the Unity Party security people who taking care of Bwaka car, then it means that the president is just vulnerable. You gave me, I challenge you. Let's prove it. Give us an instance, the place, the time, the month that Bwaka car broke down. You know what I mean? A presidential vehicle, president car break down? Oh, come on, man. Just stop that kind of elementary lie. Kind of elementary. If you ain't got nothing to say, just say because of X, Y, Z. I think because of this, that, and that, we see the reason. Don't put it on the president vehicle breaking down, people intruding into the president vehicle. You can never, ever, I dare you can never, ever show one place, time, that Bwaka vehicle broke down. Presidential vehicle, you know what you're saying? Presidential vehicle? Does that break down like that? President car? Oh, come on, man. Why you can lie like that for? Why you stooping so low? I may agree with you, even though I'm not too convinced with the amount, but let's take it for discussion's sake. When the minister admitted 1.2 million, at least he dismissed those Unity Party ministers and other people who was putting it on 400. But for the minister to come again and say that the president's vehicle broke down before due to mechanical fault, which posed a serious threat. You know what the minister said? You know what he meant by that? The people who taking care of Boaka get unprofessional people, unprofessional mechanics, immature people. He know the job, quacks. That the people Boaka get as his mechanic. You see what the people doing to the president? But listen, every intent that you have for something to happen to Boaka, it will never ever happen. We disagree with Boaka. He's our president. All of us on an obligation to wish him well and make sure that he does what is well and move on to 2029. But these kinds of information you're putting out, Jeremiah Weah is wrong. It's not right at all. There are certain things you don't put out. How will you say, Jeremiah Weah? How will you tell the public that the president car broke down before due to mechanical fault? How did it break down? The car was just sitting at the presidential parking lot and then everything broke down, blah. Or the president was traveling and the car broke down. Or the president went to a ceremony and the car could not start after the ceremony. He's getting ready to leave. You want to give your people, hold your pressing on us. They say, oh, generally, you must get detailed. Generally, you must do that. Generally, you must be specific. That's the same thing. You people are citizen journalists too. You people are governmental journalists. That means you have every right to supply information and let your information be authentic because you feed in the people. We know about it. Nobody has ever reported a JMB car broke down. Somebody will report it. Nothing about JMB is hidden in the public. Nothing about any government official is hidden in the public. Once that person is in the public and something happens, it goes all around the world because we're in. Amen. Jeremiah Weah, come on. You see that? When you're focused on Weah too much, hold it, you're on Weah. Weah mess up the country. Weah mess up the country. You expose yourself. You all know that Boaka is vulnerable. I'm saying Boaka is vulnerable because you made us to know. Jeremiah Weah, that statement that you made, if this was a sound country, Jeremiah Weah, they sack you. You sack. You know what you've done? To say President car broke down due to mechanical fault. Look at the reason. Mechanical fault. Yeah? Rescue. I see you on this one, man. I see you. That's the justification for bulletproof. And may I say to you people, bulletproof can break down. Bulletproof is not extra. Bulletproof can break down. So if this is PR's justification, may I say you too, bulletproof can break down. Bulletproof, not the entire car is not bulletproof. The body, the windshield, and but on a they're not bulletproof. That iron and other things on a something happening and break down. So when you think that you bought bulletproof and you think bulletproof is almighty, that is a lie. Bulletproof can develop fault. It's nothing extra. So, Pia, you don't use that again. You don't say that. Don't say that again, Pia. This is the first government since 1847 to hear this. We have never heard. Ellen was here 12 years. We never heard anything about motorcade or the president vehicle having a problem or people intruding. Weah was here for 6 years. We never heard that. That flimsy excuse you gave a justification for buying car. Already we know. You even want to buy a plane. And Dillon said it. Dillon said we need to procure a jet plane for the president. When we're giving you, when we're telling you, you play the King's Cash giveaway to get money in your pocket, you say, oh, that nonsense we're talking. That plane is unwasted. That your money the people using. They're coming to buy a jet plane for Boaka to be moving. That rescue. Yesterday, they said Weah was in opulent state. Weah was extravagant. Weah was loose. Weah was misusing the country. Today they say we are visionless, but the vision people now exploiting you, your money. You stood on the line. You were running here, and there some of you got broken leg, some of you died, some of you have scars on your. Today, you ain't enjoying the money. The things that they put you in the street for to go against Weah. Corruption there, the man corrupt, the man there, the government so corrupt. That's the same thing you in. Today, you're affecting you. And you see it? No one is free from corruption. Nobody is free. What you see from outside is jealousy because they're not there and they want to be there. The life that Boaka living now, Boaka was living that life before, and none of you should call to say that. I'm just giving you, allowing you to see reason. Compare. Yesterday they were condemning. Today, look at Boaka's life. They were putting Weah shoes on. They say we are buying $20 shoe. They put Weah watch. Today, what you see? Boaka wearing 20 US shoe. Boaka wearing, he was swinging years back. And Boaka swinging now. Boaka was wearing purple suit years back. And he wearing it now. Some of you ain't even can't afford it. But you wore yellow and green t-shirt. All over the place. We agree. And you see it? And they told you Weah was riding bulletproof vehicle and he was spoiling the country money. And they're telling you that you stupid, you dog, they use you by justifying bulletproof car. Sit down there. The next one coming, I will tell you at the close of the show. That's why I'm encouraging you to play so that you'll be having money and you'll be keeping money, you'll be saving. These people have no time for you. They're doing nothing in your interest. The next thing you're about to see, you're sit down. They've now reached a decision. Some of you are already aware, they went around today, that nobody, absolutely no selling will be on the sidewalk. No selling, whether you like it or not. If you can't do business, if nowhere to sell, then you can carry your market to your house. That a decision they reached. And you're coming to see the enforcement. They said that the one they set it to be clean, they're about to turn the city into heaven, more into heaven. So nobody will sell on the sidewalk, whether you get dry goods or soft goods or whatever the goods, nobody will be on the sidewalk. And the non-CDC people alone selling on the sidewalk. Your Unity Party people there. You're coming start complaining already. They started. So today, the Minister of Public Works, Roland Giddings, and the bluff ball or the bluff man, because they're not ball, the man. The bluff man, city mayor, they took onto themselves to do the publicity, going around, informing the people, sensitizing them. They're about to take every one of you, now rescue. That will be doing it. Keep playing the King's Catch giveaway. That star 799 star 100 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US and get your 10,000. If you can, well, it's up to you. Just play with only $200 Liberian dollars or only 70 cents. $1. Yes. Yeah. 170 cents. That's all. Just do it and you get your 10K. You can't talk about President car broke down due to mechanical fault. Mechanical fault means the people who there as Boakai mechanics, they are all quacks. They are all unprofessional. It also means the minister by his statement, it means he told the entire world that Boakai is vulnerable. There are certain things you don't bring to the public about the presidency. No, that is not a justification. You can bring that. One, the president got broke down. The EPS boss said there have been series of intrusions into the president's convoy. When you're saying that, you know what? What do you mean? You're telling the rest of the people that, one, the president's security detail vulnerable, or they are not just trusted. 2, that anything can happen to the president at any time. It is not the vehicle. The vehicle is not the security. That statement that Pierre made, he has to sit down and think about it good. It is not the vehicle, the security. The security, the people who are many are protecting the president. The vehicle is just the medium by which the president moves from one end to another. To say that the president's vehicle broke down due to mechanical fault, then that the people. So Boaga gave a bunch of quacks, unprofessional mechanics around. So it will not be surprising to us. One day the president passing, the other car run off the road. The other car go on the other side. Because that's what the Minister of Information said. If you say the president car broke down due to mechanical fault, something we have never heard in this country. It is just unheard of. We haven't heard it before, except for this time. Unity Party people telling us, tell me, man. Lord, all of us know, man. Y'all leave that thing. Yeah, boy, guy. If y'all want to get even 50 bulletproof cars for Boaca, you can do it. You want to get 50 jet planes for Boaca, you can go and get it. That rescue. It's not affecting only people or seditions. It is affecting everybody. Everybody complaining. But amongst these people who are complaining, Unity Party people are the ones who are shamed the most. And seditions, this is a glorious opportunity for you. You just need to sit down and watch. And put all the information, all these things that happen, and put them together. Open a gallery. As you approach 2029, you can use these as weapons to defeat them, and you clinch back the presidency. That's one of the ways you turn setback into comeback. Then let's move to the Honorable Speaker. Just because they call you honorable doesn't mean you are honorable. No. And when I say the Honorable Speaker, I'm not referring to the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I'm referring to the man who calls himself Speaker. When you take unto yourself what you want to be called by, people call you by that. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't change anything. The man said he's Speaker. So we're calling Speaker. And you want to be called Speaker? So we'll call Speaker. The man is in court. The Speaker in court. The Speaker in court. The death court for Montserrado County will issue a writ of attachment against renegade, a junta speaker, Richard Coon, ordering the seizure of his assets, and this followed a death claim filed by his wife, Cecilia Coon, against him. The court decision stems from what the woman filed, seeking to recover $38,500 from him. $38,500 from him, the husband. So it is one of the trending issues. I know it broke him down. All of the big more he made, passing here and there in long convoys. He was somebody bulletproof. The vice president, I think the vice president has bulletproof vehicle too. So renegade junta speaker Richard Coon will soon go for his bulletproof too. So is the lady won 38,500, not Liberian dollars, oh, United States dollars. According to the court, they've been married for 25 years. They procure or got the property together, and they developed it together in 2014. 5 duplexes. Each of those duplex has 10 apartments. Each of those duplex. One of them, 10 apartments. The other one, 10. They have five. Yeah. They have 5. Okay, Josephus, money, all right. But I know how. You have to, I know you people most often you'll say, oh, we need to talk, call me. But I know how to get to you. I know how you can get to me. But yeah, you just get on WhatsApp. You just get on WhatsApp and you get me. Just get on WhatsApp with 0776 36 40 45. That's my WhatsApp number. 0776 36 40 45 from where you are. The woman, according to what came out of the death court, Richard Coon's wife is alleging that despite their mutual engagement to rent the property, that means it was the two of them agreed to rent the property for family support, so they will help some of the family members. Speaker Richard Coon, refused to provide anything, according to the woman, what she told the court. Anything accounting. That means since we reached the agreement to rent portion of the property out, before we can do that, let's sit down and know how many dollars we have generated. Then we know how to apportion what to the family or what member of the family based on the condition. Let's have a full understanding. Let's give ourselves, let's report to ourselves, since it is our property, joint property. Let's sit down and do a simple accounting of everything. That did not happen, according to what she told the court, that he needed to provide accounting for the rental income and disclose how the proceeds were used. The money proceeds mean the money you get from the business. So the court say if the man can comply, they will have him arrested. They want the non-speaker business. In fact, the man not speaker, sorry. Let me stop calling him speaker. To call him speaker is to elevate him, is to endorse him. If Richard Coon can comply as per the law, what came out of the court, 2 things might happen according to the law: seizure of property or arrest. Arrest means they will force him to go to the court to answer. So he been fighting hard. He been playing on him psychologically. It has broken him down. He has reduced the pressure from this whole speakership wahala, and then his name in the public again. His wife, not even external person, but his wife. The two of them stood and said, for better and for worse. The two of them stood. She said, what's her name? Cecilia Kwankon, take this ring, put it on the finger of the two are there. The two are there. Then the man in the public. In political again, it purely personal, domestic. But when you are a public figure, nothing domestic or nothing private again. That is why when Kula Fofana lie, she embarrassed herself, embarrassed Bouaka, shows how inept the rescue government is. That Bouaka went to Ghana on private visit as if Boaga has anything called private life. Rachel Kuhn, nothing private. So it's embarrassing him. It has broken him down. Those of you who are close to Rachel Kuhn, you look at Rachel Kuhn. You look at Rachel Kuhn when this whole Wahala started, how he got fat in no time. He was enjoying the money, moving here and there. Police people guiding him. He's taking instruction. He was like, you look at Rachel Kuhn now, since the woman went to the court. Nobody coerced this woman. There is no politics into it. The woman just felt tired. She gave Rachel Kuhn time and space to see reason because she did not want to come to the public as a married woman to bring her domestic or her house issue outside. She took her time. She exercised patience. And according to her, according to what we gathered from the court, because she went to the court, that court information I'm explaining to you so. She exercised patience over the time. She called Kuhn for them to sit down and talk about it. Kuhn refused. She said at one point in time when she raised the issue, Kuhn told her to go to the renters and ask them for a receipt. But you know what that means? When a renter say, or when the person says go and ask the people for a receipt, that means the person have already spoken to the renters and say, this person here is giving me hard time. When they come to you just tell them that we get receipt, go to the person who we paying our money to. So when she went there, nothing. She went back to Rachel Kuhn again. Kuhn gave her cheek. According to her, it been running for a long time. She been exercising patience. She spoke with people, spoke with some family members from her side now, spoke with her pastor, spoke with everybody, just so he should not come because of his status. But because the junta speaker felt that his speaker now he got all power, nobody can bring him to the public glare except the things that he's going through politically. So the woman said, okay, but anything I my cup overflow now. Surely goodness and mercy I will trade for my benefit. If you want to put in divorce, no problem. That's how the woman went to the court. That's what brought Rachel Kuhn into this thing about, got the public to know. Did anyone know that this was happening in their home? No, we did not know. We were only discussing the misunderstanding at the House of Representatives. Yes. We did not know that such was happening. According to the lady, this thing been happening for a very long time. She been exercising patience. And now her cup is overfilled. So she decided to seek redress with the law. And that's what a married wife would do. When you exercise patience, you speak to family members, nothing. You speak to your pastor on it, nothing. You speak to the man's pastor, nothing. You call elder in the community, you try talking to them, nothing can happen. Then the only option available to you is the law, because the two of you went before the law. The law can listen, but not entirely to cohabitation. Cohabitation means boyfriend and girlfriend living together. That one, nothing binding, nothing legal binding. Husband and wife, that's why they say husband and wife. But I stopped calling the man speaker. I don't call him speaker again. The husband and wife, the reason they say husband, they say wife, because you went before the law. Okay, Josephus, I will see. I will check it. But I hope you got the number. It's 0776 36 40 45. So I will check it. That's why they can say husband and wife. Husband and wife. That's the reason they can say, because you obtain the legal document. That legal document is what they call marriage certificate. That one, they can bring the government in to listen to you. That's why the pastor can sign, the government sign, depending on the kind of people you want to sign, they sign. Yeah. So when something happens, and you try to settle it in-house when no way, then you'll go to the law. Because the law is the witness. God put people together. That's why the Bible says God put people together. But where the people are, the people on earth, they in heaven. So God said, you get that legal paper. So anything happen, the law can come and settle it between y'all. That's why if the woman says she want a man, or the man say he want a woman, they go before the law can say you're forced to be together. Once you give your reason to the law, and you tell the law this is why you want, the law goes by it. Because the law was a witness to that ceremony. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Dial star 79 and star 100 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. I think we need to give you some money. We need to give you some money. Or while you're playing, to buy your soft drink, you need to be cruising, you're jolly while you're playing. Dial star 79 and star 100 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and you win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. This break, then we read your comments, and then we go to the line. This reminder first.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
In their continuous effort to mobilize and recalibrate for a great comeback, the National Due Payment Committee of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, invites all partisans, supporters, and sympathizers to the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th at the CDC National Headquarters in Congo Town. It's time to show your loyalty and support for your dear CDC. By paying your dues, you will empower the CDC financially as she prepares to make a great comeback to national leadership in 2029. The launch will be led by First Partisan Dr. George Weah, Party Chairman Janka Cole, Party Secretary General Jefferson Tambakoji, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Councilor J. Fonati Kofa, Senior Senator of Magibi County, and Chairman of the CDC National Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel Fallo McGill, the one and only Rescue Mother, Nora Finda Bundu, the Executive Committee members, and all party stars of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC. The CDC due payment launch will climax with live performances by famous entertainers like Hipko King Tycoon J, Christoph the Change, and Afro-pop singer Dench. Also see live comedians Paul Flomo, Arthur, and Ojuku. Also see student leader, the famous Angel Michael, and many, many more. It's the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th, starting at 10 a.m. at the national headquarters of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change in Congo Town. Be there.
Every cent I build the hospitals. Every cent I build the schools. Every cent I build the roads.
Next week, Saturday. It is next week, Saturday. Next week, Saturday. Next week, Saturday will be the 12th. Just check it. Today is the 2nd. So take your calendar and check when will be the 12th. Then you will know. Check it for yourself. Yeah? Check it for yourself. Next week, Saturday. I don't know whether next week will be the 12th. That is Saturday, but I think it will be. Okay, so keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. Hit the jackpot. Hit the jackpot. That means that 10,000 you have hit it to receive it. That's what they call the jackpot. You're fighting to reach the finish line, and you can see the people on the track. Yeah, fighting to reach that line, and then there's the jackpot. They hit the jackpot. So continue to play. Dial star 79 and star 100 hash. play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you hit the jackpot this afternoon, midweek. You know, some of y'all can start balling midweek. I will tell you what's going to happen. But let's give you some money, yeah, as you playing to buy a soft drink. Let's call these individuals. Yeah. Let's get them their mile. Well, who calling you? Alice?
Yellow valued subscriber, please be informed that the number you're calling has not answered. Please call again.
Yeah, we'll call again according to what we need to do. We'll call you again, yeah? The one we're giving here as you playing, so you buy a soft drink and you can be drinking. So I see we're trying the best we can. It's not easy in this country. It's not easy, it's bad off, but still we are making way some kind of way, because in crisis, some kind of solution is found. We'll call.
Yellow valued subscriber, please be informed that the number you're calling has not answered. Please call again.
Okay, so that one, I mean, you miss your mile. You miss your mile. Let's call this one again, this person, so that you can get your little mile to buy your soft drink, or you can drink. It can give you one bottle of beer or one bottle of stout. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah. Let's call this person. Ain't easy in this country. So you see, we're giving you 10,000. Then why you're trying to get the 10,000, which is yours, we're also giving you additional money to buy a soft drink.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, hello?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Sam Andrews calling you from Kings FM 88.5 Real Talk. What is your name?
Oh, Jerry Jar.
Jerry Jao.
Yeah.
Jerry, you've been playing the King's Cash giveaway, huh?
Yeah.
How many times you've played?
I played today. Today I played one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides today.
I've been playing yesterday. I think I played. I think how many times I played yesterday?
Oh, so you've been playing?
I've been playing always. I've been playing. Me, I can play more. Also, 1,000, 1,005. Normally, I can play.
Oh, so you can play 1,000, 1,005. That's why you can pull in.
Yeah, always I can play that. Normally, I can play.
Yeah.
I only play small. So.
Yeah, but you've been winning?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you know what I'm doing for you now?
No.
I mean, I'm sending you 1,000. Yeah? Yeah, I'm sending you 1,000. So at least you have that in your pocket and you continue to play. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, cause you have not been winning, but don't get discouraged. Your miracle is on its way. Your testimony is on its way. Yeah?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so check your account. I send 1,000 to you. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, check it now. I will call you back to confirm. Yeah?
Okay.
Continue to play, oh.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Okay, Ja. So let's go to the line now. Let's read your comments first. Then we can go to the line. Yakuda Williams, you are on. Okay. Thank you for coming on. Jean Maboru said, yeah, no, I understand. I know what you're saying. Gabriel White said her cup runneth over. Okay, that's the second talking point with Richard Kuhn and his wife. I will check it, Josephus Manning. Benson W. Victor said, stop calling this District 11 representative speaker because he is not. All right, Benson, I will not call that man speaker again. Sorry, yeah. Who else? Zoe Diamond Jensen. Thank you. John Flomo Sumo say he just felt that his father gave him that morning or his family. On the issue of the Minister of Information, with Boaka vehicle breaking down, Jean Mabora say Boaka can lie, his ministers them can lie. Rodney Jar say, big brother, the Liberian people asked to dance with the devil. Uncle JNB is leading the way. Yeah, that was a covenant. That was a covenant. You don't say anything about. Wouldn't, but I hope President Boakai, Pastor caution him on that. Though. I heard the people say life and death lies in the power of the tongue. I've been hearing that for a very long time. So one day I took out time to do a research on that, and they are 100% right, because all of the literatures I went through from Josephus, the Jewish historian, that's what it means. You don't say things connecting the dark world to it. You have entered a covenant right there. Matthew Cholopole say this criminal government paid $400 million US for those cars. Yeah, okay. So let's go to the line, huh? Let's go to the line. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. And then you can have your 10,000. At the close of the day, I'll tell you. If you're not playing, well, it's up to you. If you are playing, fine. We are headed into a very, very difficult time. So let's go to the line. Let's take a few calls. Then we get to something else, and then we are out. Hello.
Hello, Sir Andrew.
Your name and where you call from?
I did the right of Gibraltar. Better say I'm Johnny Hackman. I call you from my convoy in Crystal Pony, Brazil.
Let's hear you.
The last time I checked, I listened to one deputy minister of information ministry. They're referring to Dr. George Weah being vigilant. But I think that guy is suffering from what we call stigma infinity. That's Daniel Stano speaking.
Oh, no. Chief, I told you, I ain't talking about Daniel Stano. What I got to do with Daniel Stano? You go according to what I've discussed. Hello?
My name is Momo Kimas, and I'm calling you from Providence, Christianville.
Let's hear you.
And then GFB government, you know, all the people are going to everything and lie, down to the papiers and lie. You see. The related party people when they will be shame more than what they see, and said, they're catching them more than us.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Let's go to the women's line. Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Papa.
Let's hear you.
Yes. You know what happened? It's downfall coming. Look at the kind of irresponsible men are disturbing our country. Being able to take care of his wife, taking the more money makes recently. When you talking about you want to be there and speak up. The man you want to compare himself with every year was he like that. An irresponsible man will lose it. Thank you, Papa.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Sir, I want to ask you. Let me let you la man to go in fantasy hours. When time for if I war or la war fighting the country they running behind, what is buying the car for?
Okay. All right, but if you're buying car now and they want in a car that for people to ride.
They have to tell one resources. We say like no money to the hospital. You have someone our system and they know in the hospital. No money.
But the people not get time. The people riding the car, they get in the morning, so they ain't got time for you.
They just buy baby car, bulletproof car. What bulletproof car would do?
Yeah.
Look at my bulletproof car.
That car government.
You know about bulletproof car.
All right,
But I just buy bulletproof car. You have to steal our money to big line.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello. You want hello.
Hello, Bro Sam. How you doing?
I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Thank God Almighty.
Yeah, thank you ever so much for the topic on the discussion. My name is Joseph S. Molu, and I'm calling you from district number 15, Motorado County. Bro Sam, you see, our people need to be sincere to us, the citizens. Look, you know what I mean when you say the president convoy breaks down? If you go out there and you say the president convoy or the president car broke down, look, one day I see what they put on that guy, the bulletproof car broke down. Because even the car that they do, I want it to break down. So all that money they spend, I want they not spend it because of car breaking down.
No car breakdown. No, the EPS boss lie. The information minister lie. No, nobody ever intruded in President Bouaka convoy. Bouaka convoy had never broken down. They lie. They just shame because they condemn Weah. They say Weah spend I don't know how many millions on bulletproof cars. They're doing the same thing. So they don't want to admit their negligence or their fault or their shame. Yeah. Hello. Hello? You went on, Chief. Let's go this way. Hello.
Thank you, Sir Andrew. Listen, good afternoon to you. And good afternoon to those who follow me in the broadcast. And my name is Hussein. This is Hussein Kerwood. I join you from Jacobstown in district number 2. Sam, I listened to the different analysis. In regards to the president car, the car that was purchased for the president, I think it is only a good thing that the president should be protected by the security apparatus of our country. In fact, the car was not purchased in the name of Joseph Yuma Bouaka, not a Katumu Bouaka, not a Grace Pay, or any of the Bouaka family.
Did anyone
That
say
car
the
was
car? Hold on, my man. Did anyone say that you hear anybody reporting that the car was purchased in their name? Is it a person or something?
No.
Uh-huh.
Right? So I just said in the business, right?
Secondly, before you go further, have you experienced at any time since you've known Bouaka coming to the presidency, people intruding into his vehicle or his vehicle broke down? Have you ever heard that before?
Yes, so this was the first.
Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard that before?
No,
Have you heard that before?
No, I haven't heard it, right?
Okay,
So
go
this,
ahead.
This was the first that I heard from.
So did the
from
minister of information tell the truth?
So he said while the president on his way to bump on his regular weekend break, there was a point in time the car had a breakdown, but he was not specific as to if the car the president was in or it was one of the most. He said the president's car broke down. That was what he said. I listened to the press conference and I followed it. So in that regard, then, if President Bouaka should lead the surface, all of us are yamming, more especially citizens want former President Weah to come to 2029. If he comes tomorrow as the president of this country, he's going to use that same car that President Bouaka will leave for the presidency. He's not going to take another money to buy a car that will be used for the presidency because you already have one. You know, so I know there's some political thing around it. People want to politicize it. But President Weah bought that car. It's not for his personal use. It's for the presidency. So when he leaves the office, the next president will use that
all right,
car,
Hussein,
for protection.
Hussein, you're missing the point. I'm not talking about all of those things. I talk about the reasons given for the purchase of those cars, the mechanical breakdown, And then the EPA boss a couple of months ago said there were several intrusions into the president's convoy. That was my emphasis.
Yes, you know, you myself, we are not security apparatus. They have the security duties of the president.
No, but there are certain things you know. It's literate, so you know when lines the president convoy ever broke down. You know what I mean? Listen, my man. Listen. You know what it means to intrude into a president convoy? Any intrusion into a president convoy, that accident, that president is at risk, or anything can happen to that president and everybody in that convoy. We know English.
Yeah, but another instance, right? Like you're talking about intrusion. We were here when the president got elected. There was a point in time, like you referenced, there was a point in time it failed to penetrate the security.
But that one, it was not vehicle. It was not vehicle. It was not vehicle. It was the don't care attitude of your unity party security around him.
Yeah, it was impressing interaction they had. So
okay, we'll see.
The security apparatus said then they have to see up the president security duty. So that is how it works, Sam.
Okay.
So I hope we'll put it in this thing and let us look up to the president. He's committed to improving the country.
Hey, my man, okay. All right, we'll see.
Thank you so kindly.
Yeah, you enjoyed the fast and you broke your fast well, eh?
Yeah, but you didn't call me to congratulate me. So
no, but why am I congratulate you? Fast that solemn thing, that celebration to congratulate you. You know what fast is? I beg you. Why you can congratulate people for fasting? My man will say I beg you. Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Jaffe. The thing they got, I left there, but you want everywhere where you say because what we in the country we never hear that for a president because for a president for the country even make a president will know anything that happens to the president they come for will know. What in the country I let him back you know there I never hear one day say for a president. So I will say thank you for your show.
Don't mind those people, man. Thank you. They have nothing convincing to say.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Pastor Emmanuel Cooper. I call from Bannersville.
Let's hear you, Pastor Cooper.
Yeah, you see, it's so saddening that people want to defend government in their wrong mind of justifying the purchasing of Alexa 600 bulletproof. That used $1.2 million. In fact, previous government officials have lied about it, right? So the Hussein Council men need to know that when you lie publicly, it becomes an embarrassment to a functioning government. The next thing, the security have exposed the government to the country, to the nation, that the president has security risk, which of course was a blinking lie. So why you be lying every time you come around the public view as an information minister, whatever minister, you keep lying. And this kind of deception cannot run country well. Then somebody will barricade and keep it for president. Listen to this. You just got a new vehicle, 2023. They give you 2 brand new bulletproof Jeeps. Why are you buying car? So it's just a matter of being wasteful. It's wasteful.
All right,
so
Pastor
Cooper. Make any reason, proper reason that you use the country money to balance your car for a president.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man of God. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Semanju.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Sam. Let me say good afternoon to my Liberian people. There's a father of Sabu Rasta joining you from Point 4 to be specific this hour in Zimbabwe.
Let's hear you, Sabu Rasta.
You know, same my papa Bowman saying at the Liberian, I've never heard one day in Liberia that Joseph Yima Boha car breakdown. But then, let me tell you the real story behind the whole car issue. You know, Sam, the president is old. The president is weak. And now, you know, Sam, our roads are deplorable. So, as for the president's health condition, it can permit him to ride or rebound to go to work. So, you know, the president has to use that car Sam to go to work. That's the reason behind. But people know that what they're doing, they bias them. But the only reason why the president will ride the car, why he's supposed to ride, because the president is old, and the president is sick, and the roads are deplorable. The roads, you know, there's no bouncy road in the country now, Sam. I tell you.
Yeah.
So, Sam, you know, the president's mother weak, the president is old, Sam. So, the president needs to ride or car that will take him to the office sooner, president. So, Sam, thank you for the opportunity, man.
Thank you.
The president lied to all you fool. Thank you.
Just that Prince Johnson and I said the old man is old. Thank you for calling Savarasta. I said the president, the old man is old.
The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. They old. He take Kone is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you.
So the man want to get man any space. You want to get Kun space, so he fighting to do it himself to move on to 2029. So they manage it. The president say when he came, Unity Party voices say manage your expectation, and I have always accepted that. But I've thrown that to the president or those people who say. So the president tells us to manage our expectation, yes. So we throw it back to the president. We are managing the president's health because he's not in a good bill of health. He has age. He can, but the man are fighting. The man are fighting. The other man say they put the pressure. Mavico say put the pressure on the over, so you will give up the goals.
It's unconfirmed, but you know our local language or palaver.
They put the pressure on the man, so he will give up the goals. Then they take over the presidency. Oh, LIB politics.
They are believing to put more pressure on the old man so that he can give up the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency. Believing to put more pressure on the old man so that he can give up the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency.
Okay, so thank you all for spicing it up. Thank you so much. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. It's 10,000. I told you I will remind you before I go. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars, $1.50 US, and you'll hit the jackpot of 10,000. This reminder, and then we enter into the second and final lap of the show.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
In their continuous effort to mobilize and recalibrate for a great comeback, the National Due Payment Committee of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, invites all partisans, supporters, and sympathizers to the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th at the CDC National Headquarters in Congo Town. It's time to show your loyalty and support for your dear CDC. By paying your dues, you will empower the CDC financially as she prepares to make a great comeback to national leadership in 2029. The launch will be led by First Partisan Dr. George Weah, Party Chairman Janka Cole, Party Secretary General Jefferson Tambakoji, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Councilor J. Fonati Kofa, Senior Senator of Margibi County, and Chairman of the CDC National Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel Fallo McGill, the one and only Rescue Mother, Nora Finda Bundu, the Executive Committee members, and all party stars of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC. The CDC due payment launch will climax with live performances by famous entertainers like Hipko King Takun J, Christoph the Change, and Afro-pop singer Dench. Also see live comedians Paul Flomo, Arthur, and Ojuku. Also see student leader, the famous Angel Michael, and many, many more. It's the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th, starting at 10 a.m. at the national headquarters of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change in Congo Town. Be there.
I've got just 5 years. Every sin I build the hospitals. Every sin I build the schools. Every sin I build the roads.
Let's move on now with the report. The summary came out, or what came out first was just a summary, but they released the full report. Now, the Independent National Commission on Human Rights. Agatha Glasgow, thank you for coming on from RIA Road. Common citizen. Common citizen. So the country The country is divided now: common citizen and elite, aristocrats, bourgeois. Those who are in government are the aristocrats, the bourgeois, the elite. And those who are out of government, in opposition, they are common people. And it's always good to be a common person, because you know what? That's who Jesus Christ was all through. Yeah? So good. What did he say? He said, the least among you shall be your servant. And that's who he was. Jesus was a common citizen. So when certain descriptions come out, listen, you get jitter and you just say all kinds of things because you try not to give it, put it on the reasoning table. But that statement made, he praised Weah, because Weah is a humble person, a common. Throughout the Bible, all of the people that you saw, except for the kings and the political prophets and other people, the rest of the people, they were common citizens. Jesus was a common citizen, common man. And that's the same way Jesus is going to come back. He came first as a common citizen. The people expected him to come as aristocrats and bourgeois and all of those. He came as a common citizen, so the people rejected him. He came in a common citizen manner, and he's going to come back in a common citizen way. The description common is good. Allow people to call you common this, common that. It's not demeaning. No, except that you won't understand. So they felt that they were demeaning Weah or reducing Weah, but the person who made that statement promoted Weah. That's who we are being from time to time, common citizen, down to earth. You see it in his life. Weah gets in the midst of people. That event that we saw yesterday, if Weah, you know what he was going to do? He was going to get along with some of those market women, lecture with them. Even if somebody was just playing some kind of music, he was going to dance with them. Yeah, he comes down to the people. That's what a common citizen is. A common citizen is that person that resonates well with the common people. When they're using that statement, that then you say ordinary people, it's the same as common citizen. So you'll see the person down to the people. And you see how we are used to move here? It used to head them. They were so jealous because they didn't get that kind of ability. When the man go in the mesa pool, whether men or women or mixture, the man, he can rock the place. He will start the dance. He will get along, and you see everybody following. Yeah. Everybody just fall into his style. Simple. So you have to know certain things. Don't just get mad when certain people say certain things. That's why I say none of you should ever react to those people. If you are a sedition, besides that, if you are on the other side of the political divide, don't ever react to any one of those people, what they would say. When you hear us talking it, because it is our responsibility to put it out. That's all. But it is not that we are elevating them. It's not that we are giving them attention. But our profession requires that we share it with you, because you are the ultimate judge. You can decide. That's all. We are only the medium. Let's move now. We are about to hit the jackpot. Keep playing. Dial star 799 and star 100 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. We're getting there gradually. Gradually, we're getting there. It's not easy in this Nebuchadnezzar ring. We're giving 10,000. Today is Wednesday, midweek. Keep playing. Play as many times as you can. Dial star 799 and star 100 hatch. Play only, not more, not less. Only 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you hit the jackpot. Very shortly, if we hit the jackpot, your name is called, that means you hit it. So keep playing wherever you are. Don't stop. Keep playing. Dial star 79 and star 100 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and then you hit the jackpot of 10,000, and then you'll get your money. You can save 5,000 and use the other 5,000 for whatever the situation, because we're getting into something that is not easy. It's not easy. Something coming out on this country, you need money. I am advising you, save. Save. I am telling you now, save. Those of you who love extravagant or loose life, be careful. I'm not saying that you should not go, but have a fallback position. We are in a time, it is not only difficult, but what is coming? If you don't have a backup, well, then you will need miracle from God. And God does not perform miracle in anyone's life who would not first prepare himself or herself. Let's move on to the report released by the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, the government's commission. Josepha Mane, I've not seen it. You said you call. I'm not seeing you on WhatsApp. I just checked. I'm not seeing you yet. My dear John brother, William K. Sumawulo, you are on. Good to have you on from New York City, the Dog's Island. Okay. Yeah, Josepha, I've not seen it yet. You said that you call and say, but what you do is just send me a message. Just say something, then I will get it on. I will save your number. Just say something on WhatsApp. It's 0776 36 40 45. The Independent National Commission on Human Rights will release its report. What came out first was just a summary or introduction. Now they have detailed the 2024 Human Rights Situation Report, raising concern on human rights violations across Liberia, describing those violations as troubling. The report of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights will talk about state security brutality. State security, that means the security people within Bwaka government, they are brutal. They go about brutalizing people. The Independent National Commission on Human Rights, that's what they release, one of the lines in the long list. State security brutality. They will talk about pre-trial detention. That means people in jail, no trial, nothing done. They're just sitting down in jail. They will also talk about gender-based violence. That gender-based violence is rampant in this government since Bwaka took over. This is not King's FM position. This is no opposition position. This is the position of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, government position, headed by Councillor Dempster Brown. And they will also talk about the prevalence of harmful traditional practices. Let's start with state security brutality and excessive use of force. The report will speak of brutality by state security forces. In that report, they said it is rampant and widespread. That means it is all over the country, everywhere. The next thing within that category, the Independent National Commission spoke of excessive use of force by law enforcement officers, and it led to several deaths, and it is continuing on a daily basis with frequency. Did you get that? Listen carefully. That's the report I'm explaining to you. I have it right in front of me. I'm explaining it to you. It came from the Independent National Commission on Human Rights. The first one I talked about was a summary or introduction. The report now, the full report was released under the category of state security brutality and excessive use of force. They said the police from 2024 all the way into 2025, the state security, they've been brutalizing people. excessive use of force by law enforcement officers, which led to several deaths. And it is continuing on a daily basis with frequency. That means that frequency they put there, frequency means high. So they are simply saying, according to the Independent National Human Rights Commission, they are simply saying that police brutality, excessive use of force have led to several deaths, and it is continuing at a very high level. It's on the increase. And the report they released, or the summary, that's the word they use. They say it was on the increase. They also made reference in the report to the killing of a 17-year-old student by a police officer on July 1, 2024, in Pittsburgh City. According to the Independent National Commission on Human Rights report, that officer was involved in a confrontation with a suspect, and in an attempt to restrain the individual, he released his weapon, injuring the student. The report said despite the officer being arrested and charged with murder, the case now explains a broader issue of unchecked violence by state security forces. Unchecked means it happened, the police say they take siege of it, and then nothing happened again, that's the end. They just leave it like that. They don't do any further check as to the outcome or the victim or victim relative. They just leave it. In essence, they are saying, when you hear the police say they're investigating the matter, that is the end. That's what they mean by that unchecked. That is the end of it. Nothing happens again. The next category they highlighted in their report, prolonged pre-trial detention and judicial delays. They refer to it as a critical violation that needs to be addressed. According to the report, this is widespread. Prolonged pre-trial detention, you keep people in jail. No trial, no charge. They just chunk you there, you just stay there. They have people all over, depots, central prison, everywhere. That is why when the year is coming to an end, then the president can go around. They send a justice minister to check the file. And go the other person say, they brought me here July. And say they brought me here. I've been here. Nobody can come. Nobody can say anything. They ain't carry me for any trial. I don't go to court, nothing. They just bring me and put me here. Since July, I've been here. That one, then you can hear Executive Clement say, I don't want that. Those thing there. They just put the people there. They're not going to court to go through the case to decide acquittal or verdict or charge or free. They're just sitting down in jail everywhere. The Independent National Commission saying this is not only wrong, but they also said in the report that prison centers, depots, they are overcrowded. The government will tell people, they arrest people, they carry them in jail, they chunk them there. They'll tell people from on the side, they carry them, they chunk them there. And according to the report, sometimes lawyers are afraid, given the condition or some of the threats they receive from state security or police officers. So based on that, they are left to be on their own with no legal representation. And because of that, according to the report, the judicial delays has created overcrowdedness. Unity Party tell people, you're chunk them in jail everywhere. the government institution. And this report, they sent it out to the international community. The American government get the INCHR report. All of the embassies here, everybody, they get it. Then the next thing they went to is gender-based violence and rape. Gender-based violence and rape. The INCHR report also expressed grave concern over what they refer to as persistent gender-based violence with rape cases, particularly those involving minors. Yeah, remaining, it is a constant threat under the Bouaka Koum government, according to the Independent National Commission on Human Rights. They also said in their report release that despite ongoing efforts to address this issue, there has been no significant reduction in the prevalence of sexual violence, with victims most often left without adequate protection or any recourse to the law or justice. Say gender-based violence on the increase. But you can hear those people, the people who were shouting all in Weah government. You can hear them talking with things that are happening all around with girls, teenage girls, elderly girls, or women. You can hear them. You can hear nothing. They have no time. I don't know the reason why they are not speaking on or against these things. The Human Rights Commission, that's what they're saying. That gender-based violence, rape on the increase in Bouaka government. This is 2024 report. We are in 2025. The report did not say 2023. They said 2024. All of the things, the catalog, or they put together all of the things that are happening from 2024 all the way into 2025. Then they came to harmful traditional practices. According to them, they condemn the continuation of harmful traditional practices, mainly female genital mutilation, trial by ordeal, and ritual killings. Trial by ordeal, you go say something and this, I say, well, they get different types. That unscientific, something not legal at all, pure guess. Then they went to, what they can do, let me show you one, boy. You all know all of these things, it's trial by ordeal. Because they can, different things that they get through. So when you're strong, you confess straight, say, oh, that means do it. Sometimes they will bring fire. They put a hot iron, they put the iron in the fire, get hot. Then they bring it to your foot. When you see how red it is, and you don't want that thing to touch you, you lie, say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to take all kinds of different unscientific practices all over the place. The board say it has grown on our Bouaka government uncontrollably. Trial by ordeal, and ritualistic killings. Yesterday, they say, oh, ritualistic killing. Joe, we are killing people. And Joe, we are doing this. He's doing also, he will get this, all kind of thing. The Bouaka Independent National Commission released this one. In that same category, they said despite calls from stakeholders and traditional leaders to end the practice, they are still rampant. That means widespread all over. Then the next category, according to the report, enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings. Enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings. That's the next category. They said that enforced disappearances was also very notable. And then they will cite the case of Ibrahim Khalil Sharif. And you know that case where they say, oh, the man when they turn the man over to Guinea. The report said Sharif, who was arrested in 2024, was reported missing after being detained at the Monrovia Central Prison. His case, along with other instances of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings, points to serious lapses in Liberia's adherence to both national and international human rights standards. Then they went on to say the appalling condition in Liberia's prisons. Appalling means bad, very, very bad, far below human condition. In Liberia prisons was another critical area of concern. Overcrowding, lack of medical care, rampant spread of diseases like tuberculosis and hepatitis B created a dire situation for inmates. The report went further to stress that prolonged pretrial detention system will continue to exacerbate those conditions, placing detainees at severe risk of health complications. Then let me run through two, and then we can open the line because the report is a bit long. The next category is child protection and violation in concession areas. That will be the company there. Well, they say, according to the report, children in Liberia remain vulnerable to exploitation, with widespread reports of child labor, sexual violence, and even torture. They said children accused of witchcraft are often subjected to public humiliation and violence. What other thing? The report pointed out violence in concession areas where communities protesting against poor conditions have been met with deadly force from state security, leading to significant human rights abuses. Then did they say anything? Let me jump to what they propose or would suggest. They said, in light of these grave violations, the Independent National Commission on Human Rights called on the government to take immediate action to address the issues raised in the report. The commission recommended investigation into all the killings by state security officers and non-state actors with appropriate accountability, expedited reforms to address the backlog, B-A-C-K-L-O-G, backlog in the judicial system, and alleviate overcrowding in prisons. Decriminalization of harmful traditional practices such as FGM and trial by ordeal. Strengthen protection for women and children, mainly in the areas of gender-based violence and child labor, and enforced oversight of law enforcement agencies to ensure accountability for misconduct, and on and on. So this is just what I would consider the first half of the Independent National Commission reports, violations everywhere under the Joseph Yema Boaka government. When these things were highlighted, a couple of just yesterday, they said, oh, we are doing all that thing that is here. All these things happening under the man government. The man is in F. The man is grossly in F. The man, all kinds of things they were saying. Now, the Independent National Commission is saying Boaka security, the killing people, the enforced disappearance means that they make sure by whatever the means, that's what they cited, that sheriff guard situation from Monrovia Central Prison. They are saying ritualistic killings all over the place. But the emphasis on state security loose behavior, predatory nature, going about beating people, killing people. That's the report release. That's the Independent National Commission on Human Rights. That the report, that's what I was running through. Keep playing. The King's Cash giveaway. We're getting there gradually to hit the jackpot. Let's get it as quickly as we can. That star 79 and star 100 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars. We're getting there, or $1.50. Don't worry, we're hitting it. If we can hit the jackpot, well, I can perform miracle. I can't do anything extra. Only God can perform miracle. I can only give you the assurance that you can hit the jackpot, and I know that you can do it, and it is up to you to do it. Dial star 79 and star 100 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Let's hit the line. Your own jackpot. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 980 375. Just on the report. That's the second and final lap of the show, and then we are out. Hello.
Yeah,
Let's hear you.
Yeah,
fine. You're listening.
That's where I'm calling from, Robbie.
What do you make of the report?
That's thing you're talking so happening to our area. They told there one men accused one labor of raping since 2023. They about in jail and now son rape the somebody for in the town. Other than I killed the high say. Now labor say in the border, I think about 16 or 17 years the boy on outside the boy since 2023 boy in jail.
That 2023 is happy.
I said 2023 the boy in jail. I thought it's happy.
But you get any idea, you know, anything of going to trial, carrying the matter to court to investigate, to know whether it was true that he raped or he did not rape, the lie on him? Anything like that took place?
No, not happening because since they carry him to the election, they carry him because at the other election thing, they carry the same massive rape. The legal they carry him, they carry his case for being said there. Other than that, they allow releasing it.
Since 2023.
Since they carry labor there, they are still making a son of rape. One of the in the time, they feel they say he run away. They see men that carry labor there massive.
Amen.
Yeah, I think it's still about there.
So
that baby.
Okay.
Oh, me.
Yeah. All right.
One thing
Thank you, Mama. Hello?
Hello?
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Momo Balo calling from Freeport. As a city of this person, so it happened to me in Freeport Depot. A police officer hit me with a door. I go to Turkey, and they put me in cell, and I slept there.
So wait, what happened? Wait now, take time. Who put you in jail?
One police guy, even I know him.
Why the man put you in jail?
That something between I and somebody who kill Ramon Nate. So he put me in the cell. He said if you gave him money and he gave me the money, about to free me, he hit me with the pressure door.
So the policeman, because you have misunderstanding with your friend. Wait now, my man. Wait.
And the man hold me and put me by the cell.
So because you have misunderstanding with your friend, so the policeman just put you in jail like that?
So I was in the cell after where he wanted to request for him to give it to him about to free me. He hit me with an officer. I look at the way he hit me with a tool. He hit me with a tool. He said, I misbehaved.
Okay. Thank you.
He put me by the cell last day. I slept there.
Okay. Thank you. That thing is some of y'all I know that radio, so y'all call and say give your side of the story, or some of you will try to be honest, some of you will not be honest because we're talking about the people with the police. But listen, you don't have to fake, not because we identifying or we have what people release about the police, this institution, or sometimes we give our opinion on how the police behave. So you think when you wrong the police, then you just you take telephone, say the police. No, you got to be truthful. Some of you provoke those police officers too. We can see some things. I will take up time one day to explain and cite some instances. The police, not all of the police do awful things. There are a number of professional police, very good professional police. Some of you provoke those police officers. Some of you, very many of you, you're in respect the police officers too. You say some things to them. You do some things. It's not because they're not having guns. Some of the things that you do to police officers, you don't do it to military people because the military people have guns. Like the beginning, they can say, let's torso. And not because we're talking about the police, but most of the police officers are professional. Some of them are very good. Most of you people, you can provoke them. You can lead them to anger. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes, good afternoon.
I'm Francis Democrat, for the capital for Robert this afternoon. Thank you for your presentation. You exposed to the public.
I'm not getting, you're not too clear where you are. You're not too clear. You want to change your location. Hello?
Yeah. And for me, my man, while I'm seeing, I even able to call my man that number, you didn't call me again. Can't to that police station. A minute in front of that guy. I even though I know.
Okay, Chief, that is understood, my man. It's not a case. You're not in court. The radio station is not a court. It's judge. Yeah. What's up?
So you can confirm for yourself because ever lying.
No, I'm not asking for people experiences. I'm only asking what you make of the report. I've explained the report, portion of the report from the Independent National Commission on Human Rights. I'm not asking of what you've been going through where you explain your story. No, I share information with you. What do you make of it? Or whether the people lying or they telling the truth or you neutral on it. That's all. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm talking away and I call you from UN Drive.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, like what happened in the report from the people, our living witness, and it happened to me right on UN Drive. If you even come here, you interview the people they will tell you about it. On UN Drive in McDonald Street here, right by the Barry. It was in February 2025. The people, at that time they were chasing the motorcyclists, right? They people that were on the back. The police, when they hit the back because the motorbike escaped from there, so they hit the back at the back. The two of them fell. So when they started saying, you people are here to protect life and property, but then you now, instead of you protecting the life, you take away the life.
Okay, Chief, thank you. We don't have time for long story. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah. When you call, you want to hit the point. We don't have
I'm Peter
time.
David call for another street light in Lower Johnson Road. Mr. Sam Andrew, the Independent Commission on Human Rights is very much authentic and accurate. And I said this particular government came into power, there have been several human rights abuse, ranging from police brutality, sexual harassment, and people are not speaking because of those people that were speaking yesterday. They are the major instigator. And today, that's why you will never hear them speaking against these things. They are the ones that carry on the human rights violation, sexual harassment, and among others. So that's why you will never hear any of them speaking against it. They are the major instigator. So thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. That's right. That's how it goes. Yeah. All right. So keep playing. We're getting there gradually. If we can hit the jackpot, I can perform miracle. Only God can. But the miracle is in you. And the miracle goes with testimony. But the testimony cannot come if the miracle isn't performed. You first perform the miracle, and there's the testimony. The miracle is the act. By playing, play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. And then there is the testimony. That means the 10,000 that you can tell people you win 10,000, or we announce it. This person has won 10,000. So you perform the miracle and you can explain the testimony. Hello. You are on the air. Yeah.
Mr. Andrew,
Thank you very much. The next hour there is Sunday. I don't have discussion for Ominga matter. You know, I want to know. According to you, the report the people gave are 2024 report. Why is it that it can be delayed? Because there's a 4 more in the year. So when I to expect them to get 2025 report because there's a violation against the 2024.
All right, but report, everything takes time. They investigate, they go through a long chain. It is not every day because this one happened, they come up, this one happened on Broad Street. The government did this. And tomorrow, this one happened on Kerry Street. The government did this. The government must do this. No. They take their time when listen listen. I know. Yeah, but listen, everything works with time, patience. They put energy into it, resources, but the main thing is time, and everything has to be accurate. You don't just say things about people or about the government. No, all of the information that you put in together, they must be true. So when you finish with everything now, then you put it out. So it takes time. It's not a day or 2 or week thing. Hello.
Thank you very much for the second segment. I actually called this time around to appreciate you for always making some of our brothers who call and think they are entitled to the radio because it is King's FM. And every time when people call, they attack, and you always put it in check that this radio is independent and the space is created for everyone to call. Even the topic is not something that you have to call and you don't have any input. People will still want to call because Sam Andrew is on the radio and they need to be heard, and people should say, oh, they call on the radio. That is very unfair. There were times you play listening role and learn from whatever topic has been discussed. But everybody now are experts in different fields. When you're discussing legal issues, they don't understand anything about the law. They will have to call and contribute. When you're discussing journalistic or profession, people will call and pretend to be journalists. I like the way you sometimes put it in check. Unless some of the talk show hosts, they feel more entitled to King's FM. So this is why when other people call, they think they have to target them. So thank you always for checkmating some of those brothers who think King's FM is their homeland and it's their personal properties. Thank you so kindly. I appreciate that always.
Thank you too for coming on the show, Hussein. Okay, so that's it. We haven't hit the jackpot. I can't lie to you. I can under no condition deceive you. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. I don't know whether you can perform miracle in the next few minutes, but we're not there yet. No, so I can give you the 10,000 when we have not hit the jackpot. Okay, that's it, man. That's all the time we've got for the show. Thank you ever so much for being with us. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. The news is on at 6. You don't want to miss it. King's News Brom. And then at 8 this evening, Face the Issues with Teacher Light. Anthony at Law, A.B. Weah. You don't want to miss it. Another explosive, fascinating show ahead of us at 8 o'clock. The same time. FCB is against Atletico Madrid at 8 tonight, Liberian time. We're going to sail through, and then we get ready to drink our pepper soup called Real Madrid. Beat them real good. I see you. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. Shalom.